Hi there, sign of Pisces. This is Kim here to do your next 3-day messages. Messages that you are meant to hear within these next 3 days for whatever reason. Might point you to something in the future. Who knows what's going to come out. But I am using new decks. Yay. Well, these two I've always had. You know that. Kim Krans Alchemy deck and her Archetype deck. But I'm going to use the Cosmos Tarot. And maybe the Quantum Tarot also. I mean, the Cosmos Oracle and the Quantum Tarot. They were gifts to the channel, so thank you. Thank you for gifting the channel. We're all really appreciative of that. And interesting science messages coming out with those cards. So, Pisces, what do we have? Starting off with my trusty Kim Krans. Have for Pisces, angel spirit guides. What do you need them to know? That there is synchronicities. You are getting signs. You are seeing things. They are pointing you to maybe even the separation point from a cycle, a pattern, a karmic thing, something like that. Antimony is like the separation. It's the separation following desire, passion, something that's coming from like an animal instinct. So, seeing signs and synchronicities about something new. We have 4 Ouroboros here, and we have a diamond. The number 4 could be even significant as to how many times that you have, like, I don't know, attempted a major change or transformation, or that something has gone round and round, or maybe that number 4 years. 4, something with 4. Well, actually, this would be. Oh, we'll pull one. It would be a good time for that Cosmos. But let's pull one of these archetype. With a rotation, is like if there's a cycle that is being pointed out to you, that something that is closing out, a cycle that's ending. Then it's like time for it, right? The spider web, he's going to create something new. The storm. Oh. And the nectar. The storm. It's like the perfect storm. It's the perfect storm. It's the perfect... Like, things could feel chaotic if you get the storm. I'm feeling like it's temporary. Whatever this is. The storm. So either you feel like you're in the middle of a storm right now, you're in the middle of maybe a lot of things that are going on in the external, that you're just having to find that peace and that calm, you know, in the middle, in the eye of the storm. But I'm also getting courage to brave the storm, to get through it. Cosmos Oracle. What do you have? Storm. The telescope. Oh, and the Aurora Polaris, the cosmic dance. And the number 3333. Okay, so the telescope is telling you to go within for a certain view, but it's also telling you to go outside. Like, here, let me look it up in the guidebook to let you know what they're saying, because I've read right to it, so they really are wanting it's intuition making you zoom in. Okay, so at the same time it's saying that to use your intuition, it's I'm seeing, you know, this picture of somebody using a telescope, so they're able to see how things are affected on the small scale, but also the big picture, because you're the one holding the telescope. That puts you at an advantage. Yeah, it refers to the object that we are all aware of. It sees farther than the human eye. So you are seeing something now that goes past the storm. It's almost like you're seeing what is going to happen after this storm. Because with the aurora polaris, of course, we know that that's like this, the beautiful colors in the sky. And they describe it as the cosmic dance in this guidebook, which is really beautiful. The cosmic dance. Maybe you can see the beauty in the storm, as well as what this outcome is going to be afterwards. You see, like, the timing and how everything is synchronistic. And when I think of synchronistic in this sense, I feel like because it's all adding up, something is telling you that things are going to change in regards to a cycle, in regards to a pattern that's ending. So this aurora polaris is the cosmic dance that represents pure natural beauty, and it's associated with the portal 333 of being thankful and open for this to come in. Yeah. So let me look up the 333 in this deck. In my angel number deck, it will tell you that it is I am powerful affirmation, probably having to do with your ability to create divine creation. So, thankful, being thankful for the dance, the cosmic dance, even being thankful for the storms that happened, so that we would break free from a cycle or a pattern. I know, being able to look back on my life, there's definitely some huge storms that I've gone through that was, it was like forced transformation. Like, you will, unavoidable, you have to transform, Kim. You have to break a cycle, right? And looking back, like, I see the beauty. It did not feel beautiful going through it. It did not feel beautiful, but there actually was a feeling of peace at a certain point, even though it was still in the middle of this storm period in my life. So this 3333 says gratitude. This is a good time to be grateful for what there is. Whatever situation you find yourself in, being grateful right now. Yeah. It's easier here sometimes to create the energy of what we are missing, and this is to focus on all there is. The telescope. All right, so gratitude. It says gratitude is not just a beautiful word. It is a powerful energy. It is a key that can open the way to other dimensions. Beautiful. Be grateful, recognize, make space for everything that you appreciate in your life. And if you have to use that telescope energy, you know, the way that telescope came out, I'm just getting an image of a person that they're taking the telescope and they're looking inward instead of constantly looking outward at the things from a distance that we think we want, or that we think that if I only have this, I'll be happy, and then focusing it on the inside, the gratitude of what you do have and what you have to be thankful for. Because they're right, it does open up a portal in a sense. It opens up space, because it's like you communicating with the universe, saying, I really appreciate this. Okay, well, we'll send you even bigger and better. We'll send you more of that which you appreciate, because it seems to be on your mind all the time, in your energy. So it is very important what we keep in our mind and what we keep in our energy. So, yeah, 4 of Cups. Perfect. It is a card of well, is going inward. Yes, in a sense, you can say that card is about what we're dissatisfied, what we don't have. But if anything, the tarot is actually cards to give us lessons on that energy so that we can use it in the best way possible. So I would say if you could take the Four of Cups, and if you could take the part out of concentrating on what it is that you don't have, instead of being grateful for what you do, in that maybe solitude, in the solitude that the Four of Cups has to offer. Just a different way we can use the energy to alchemize it, instead of just saying, okay, the Four Cups means this. Yes, it does, but it doesn't mean you have to use the energy that way. The Emperor. Nice. Oh, wow. You've got the extra card in the deck. That's the Rising Phoenix, by the way. And it's huge. The Rising Phoenix. The Phoenix is the bird that according to story, every 500 years goes through this process of putting cloves on top of its nest, setting the whole nest on fire, turning it basically into an altar, letting itself burn, all the old self burn, because it knows and it has faith in this process that it is going to be born anew from its own ashes. Everything is deliberate, and the self chooses this transformation. Even though it can feel at times this storm comes in and makes something unavoidable, we have to transform. Remember that we were the ones that made the choices to get to that point. So ultimately, it's this free will, and possibly even a plan that your higher self had for you. Like if something didn't stop at a certain time, or whatever it is, whatever cycle, then a storm would come in and kind of help nudge the rest of the way. So this is big. This is major. The Rising Phoenix is nothing small. And then I have the Knight of Wands, which is a very fiery. It's fiery. It reminds me of the Phoenix energy here. Being full of passion and inspiration. It's like a spontaneous feeling of adventure here with this. So I want to get something else on that. A spontaneous adventure. Travel, possibly. But all the lightning. It's like charging you up. What is the Knight of Wands? The Emperor. And look, I want to show you, because we'll probably end this kind of early, because the message is here. It's loud and clear. Another Emperor. You have two Emperors. And like it says on this card, a power like unto a god. So this is the power to have whatever, to accomplish whatever you want. It's putting yourself in charge of holding everything together in your life. It's a powerful position. It can represent in the external world a person of great influence, power, prestige, affluence. Wealth can be associated with the Emperor. The ability to rule over his kingdom and others' kingdoms. It's a big, high status role. And that's why I feel like kind of leaving it at that, because that's what this transformation is doing. This thing that's happening on the inside. It's not what you seek. You're not going to find with the telescope, they're saying. You're not going to find out there everything that you want. Every type of transformation you're going to find within yourself. Every material item in abundance, you're going to find it within yourself before anything that actually makes you happy will manifest on the outside. powerful energy. This is very powerful energy. And beautiful. The precious that you've gone through made you precious. You're a diamond now. And you are precious to the universe. You are. It is so important to embrace this like order that's coming about where you're in charge. And I see this image here they have of the rising phoenix. Water type of, looks like a watermark. Like, it's beautiful. The knight, confident, heroic, messenger, strong, brave, determined, passionate. Everything this knight here represents in that card too. Gratitude, grateful. I have a timing card. It might be a timing of when you really feel that peace enter your life. And it's coming up because it's represented by the winter months. So it's coming up. It's right around the corner. We're talking November, December. October, November, December. Maybe, well, November, December if you're going by the signs here. So this is something that's had okay, they're not saying from this point it's 9 to 12 months. They're saying there's significant change right around the corner during these zodiac seasons because you've been, like, this is something you've been working on. You've been doing this. Okay, the sapphire. I love the sapphire. The sapphire is in the book of Enoch, the throne that they say that the vision of God was sitting on had was made of alabaster and had sapphires around the head of it. So it really makes sense that this card is talking about mental force, spiritual insight, wise judgment, power and strength, motivate. You are precious. Precious. I said, pressure made you precious. And it's confirming, yes. You are simply precious. That is probably the title because that is what you are. Holy, divine favor, and revered. I would expect some major transformation here. Let's get more on what the timing is about here for Pisces, please. A little bit more on the timing card on this. I think it's relating to the Phoenix energy, the rising phoenix, this total transformation. It is relating to you having the tools and the ability to get things done. Spirit is saying there are tools here. When it comes out like that, I just get the message immediately that you have more tools available to you that you haven't pulled out of the belt. Maybe there's some specialized spiritual gifts and abilities that you don't even realize yet, that you haven't used it yet. So I would say trusting in yourself, trusting in your abilities, knowing that you have more tools to grab on. So getting stuff done, masculinity, and I'm pretty sure it's the rising phoenix. That's what I thought. I'm pretty sure I saw that. Wow. That's enough confirmation for me, for you, that this is, you are a precious rising phoenix. Transformation, eternal soul. Renew, resurrection, rebirth. Destroy, rising from the ashes, emerge, the new air, alchemy, transmutation, ascension. The end is just the beginning. So, a change of state is coming with the urn. It's something where it's saying, if there was a setback, if there was any of these things that were needing closure, you're going to get that closure. They're always wanting to remind you about free will, especially in these readings. I get the message all the time. There is something that's closing out the way that it came out. There is something closing out, but it's up to you to roll the dice or to take that choice to end a cycle, to put an end to something and say, okay, no more of that. Now I want to see what happens next if I just tweak something in my life, even just a little bit, because that little thing or big thing, whatever it is, that little risk puts you, majorly in the Emperor energy. It would be a wise choice, a wise decision. 7 of Pentacles. Investing in yourself, allowing something to end so that you can roll the dice. Let's see what happens next. I think it's going to be very positive for you. Interesting messages. Wow. I guess all 666 and 6, which is about balance. Same thing coming, getting a message of the same thing, and feeling like sometimes the same thing comes in to our lives. Like almost like a physical representation of something that happens with you in a cycle where you're giving yourself the same experience in something, and then in return you're also seeing things being reflected out to you that seem to be appearing in a similar way. 6-6, of course. So it's about keeping your thoughts positive, and just keeping yourself positive during this time, knowing that your angels are trying to help you manifest your inner desires, saying to remain positive. You do that through gratitude, thankfulness, self-care, love, kindness, compassion, empathy. I could go on. Balance here. I am positive is the message for that. 222, trust that the seeds of your thoughts are growing as you're nourishing them with words, feelings, and action. I am balanced. 24 says you have a big, open, generous heart here. I am generous. 24. And then 19, independence and self-sufficiency are necessities to you. Yeah, there's like no other option but you being in the Emperor mode. You are extremely capable in life and work, and you aren't afraid to take big risks to achieve the life you desire. I'm a pioneer. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. I'm sending you so much love. There are private readings available. If you need a private reading, that information's in the description box below. And I'll see you next time. Bye.